Folks, you know, before we close up here, Hollywood actors threaten boycott of Georgia after Kemp victory. I read this yesterday, and several Hollywood actors have called for a boycott of Georgia's film industry after Republican Kemp officially won. Elise Milano is, what's her name? Milano, right? What's her first name? Alyssa. Yeah, Alyssa Milano. There are over 20 productions shooting in Georgia. Is the entertainment industry willing to support the economy of a totally corrupt state that suppresses democracy, where the winner isn't the best choice for the people, but the best schemer or crook, scammer or crook, whatever. Ron Perlman, to all my friends who are studio and network execs, if you choose to shoot movies and TV in Georgia, don't bother to call me. Well, they won't call you. Happy to lead the exodus, Frank. The hashtag Boycott Georgia. Boycott Georgia has become the trend after Stacey Abrams. Bradley Whitford. Kemp is a corrupt, homophobic, unapologetic disenfranchiser of African-American voters. If he seizes power, Hollywood needs to use its leverage to pull out of Georgia. Studios need to put their money where their mouth is and stand up for hate. 100% agreed. Stephen Pasquale. Billions of Hollywood dollars spent and created in Georgia. We can do something about it. Now, let me just say this, okay? Hollywood came here for the tax breaks. Hollywood came here for the deal. Now Hollywood's trying to tell us in Georgia what to do. You do it our way now. We have a billion-dollar industry in your state. This is the way it goes. I warned you of this. I warned everybody that they would come down here, across the country, from wherever, and then demand things from us. You need to be a part of Georgia. Georgia doesn't need to do what you instruct us to do, you lefties from Hollywood. Okay? I knew it was coming. But don't worry for everybody that's cringing. Oh my God, Hollywood's calling for a mass exodus of Georgia. They're here for the tax breaks. They're going nowhere. Nowhere. I guarantee you the next season of Ozarks will be produced right here in Georgia. Yes, yes. I do believe that. So don't worry. But the left has spent its $1 billion here and they own us. And we should do what we're told. Don't worry. Hollywood is going nowhere. They're here for the tax breaks. Now, I don't want to miss this right here. I don't care about some things. I never care when it says Juan Williams says something. When I'm going through the internet and it says Juan Williams said something, I could care less. Okay. Senate barrels towards shutdown over Trump's court picks. Okay. Jeff Flakes and Coons. Broward County official Brenda Snipes submits resignation. Okay. But Senate barrels towards showdown over Trump's court picks. When you click on it, you get the Jeff Flake. Okay, you get the Jeff Flake from Arizona, and you get the Coon, right? Chris Coons from up there in Connecticut, and they want Mueller protected, or they won't. They're going to shut the government down. Okay, they're ready to shut the government down over Trump's court picks. I tell you, everything is going nuts up there. So let's look at December 7th. But here's what they don't want to talk about, okay? They don't want to talk about this right here. They're talking about Trump's path. So I want to ask Georgia to pay attention to something right here, okay? Georgia. Why is Georgia going blue? Why is Georgia going purple? Pull up number 12. Number 12. This is the governor-elect, okay? This is Governor-elect Mike DeWine waves to supporters after speaking at Ohio Republican Party event Tuesday, November 6th in Columbus. He's the governor-elect Republican. Republicans said they won sweeping victories in Ohio by borrowing from Barack Obama's mobilization playbook and using President Donald Trump's ability to fire up the base. After suffering a stinging defeat in 2012 when Obama won the perennial bellwether state and the presidency, the Republican National Committee said it learned from its mistakes. President Obama's ground game was the most successful ever fielded up to that point. So we adopted it wholesale, the RNC said in a memo released day after the election. No more focus on offices and massive deployment of people from outside areas into targeted neighborhoods. Instead, our door-to-door efforts became community-based. But the point is, it is also definite that it's 12-4 congressional majority against a couple stiff Democrat challenges. It also defended, sorry, once and for all. It also defended its 12-4 congressional majority against a couple stiff Democrat challenges and held on to supermajorities in both chambers of the Ohio General Assembly. Okay? So Ohio has supermajority. Now you listen to this. This guy, you didn't hear about no recount in Ohio. You didn't hear about no Secretary of State problem in Ohio. You didn't hear about, Broward County in Ohio. You didn't hear about that. You didn't hear any of that. This is Ohio, the Rust Belt. You hear Georgia, let me explain, South, Ohio and Georgia. Ohio has supermajority in both chambers, folks. Yes, they defended their majority. Supermajority in both chambers in Ohio state government. And they have the governor's house. The South, here in Georgia, had billions of dollars poured in from Hollywood that wants to boycott us, that is taking away millions of dollars in tax breaks. Hollywood wants to boycott us. We have Georgia in this massive recount because you have Tom Steyer, George Soros, Michael Bloomberg. You have this whole list from Hollywood that poured money into Georgia, right? We barely got across the finish line with all the lawsuits and everything to get a Republican in the governor's mansion down there in Georgia. You do not in Georgia, in the South, in the red state of Georgia, you do not have supermajority in either chamber. No. Either chamber. Let me give you something here. And I want to tell you something here, right? I mean, I'm trying to think. Do I have to move to Ohio? I know you're going to... easy, easy. Let me tell you something. I live in Georgia. I'm supposed to live in the South. I'm supposed to live in the conservative red state. Just saying. All right? Ohio House passed a bill to criminalize abortions of fetus with a heartbeat. Ohio, November 16, 2018, 3 days ago, Ohio House of Representatives this week passed one of the most restrictive abortion bills in the country, one that would penalize doctors for performing an abortion when a fetal heartbeat can be detected and pose a potential challenge to Roe v. Wade. Ohio is putting a potential challenge to Roe v. Wade to the Supreme Court. Ohio, both houses, both bodies of the state legislature have Republican supermajority. Ohio has a Republican governor. You hear none of this mess of recounts and people going crazy and all the battles. We're in Georgia, folks. They're in Ohio. You just better pay attention because the media don't talk about that. No, they want to switch. What do they want to switch? Switch Georgia. They're working overtime switching Georgia, okay? Let's see what I have left here. Republicans said they won a sweeping victories in Ohio by borrowing Barack Obama's mobilization playbook, defending its 12-4 congressional majority against a couple stiff Democratic challengers, and held on to supermajorities in both chambers of the Ohio General Assembly. 12-4 congressional majority. Ohio has 12-4. 12-4. 16 congressional seats. Ohio has 12 of them are Republican. All right. Republican Mike DeWine elected governor of Ohio. In a contentious battle for the seat, DeWine defeats Democrat Richard Cordray to retain the governor's mansion under the GOP control. And who went there? Donald Trump. They were not afraid of Donald Trump in Ohio. That's exactly right. They defended 12 seats in Ohio. They were not afraid of. I mean, yeah, I get so damn tired of hearing it. What happened in Georgia? Oh, the Georgia seats. Karen Handel, you got to understand, white, women, Republican, the whole thing. Really? Ohio defended 12 seats, 12 of 16. They defended them. They did not run from Donald Trump. Ohio held on to supermajority, has supermajority in 2 chambers. Ohio has the governor's office. Sherrod Brown is the only one that won a state election as a sitting senator and went back in. Let's go here. I got... let me see what I'm missing here for the day. I don't want to forget some things here. I don't have time to do that one. Let's do this one, though. I love this just because it's funny. Put up number 23, Donald Trump's tweet. So funny to see little Adam shift. I mean, I don't know how. Folks, you read there on the screen, SCHITT. Donald, you know, come on, Donald. I mean, I know the T and the F are close, but come on, Donald. Little Adam, SCHITT. Talking about the fact that Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker was not approved by the Senate, but not mentioning the fact that Bob Mueller, who is highly conflicted, was not approved by the Senate. So that's pretty good. I wanted to see that one before I go. Let me see what else I have here that I do not want to miss. There's several I'm not going to get to because I don't have time, and I got into many other stories. Let's go with number 39. Number 39, tis the season. National Christmas tree arrives at the White House today. You see those farmers? Upper left-hand corner, you see Newland, North Carolina. I know where all those Christmas tree farms. I have a lot of family from Newland, North Carolina, just put it like that. So right there, I've been at a lot of those Christmas tree farms. I know my family knows a lot of those Christmas tree farmers up there. We have Christmas tree farmers. Go to number 40. 'Tis the season. The national Christmas tree arrives at the White House. If you'll see up there in the left-hand corner, that's Newland, North Carolina. That tree's coming out of the woods up there. Spent many a summer up in those woods up around Newland, North Carolina, and around those Christmas trees, and watch tractor trailers. I watched my family take tractor trailer loads of Christmas trees out of those mountains. Where? To the Atlanta market to sell them. So Newland, North Carolina is where the Christmas tree is coming from, and I thought that was pretty neat to bring that up. Here's something I want to show you. It's not making any of the news stories. It did make Fox, I will say that, in a small run, but not on CNN. Let's go to number 49. The remains recovered. American's body found in Mexico weeks after his murder. I don't hear that on the news anywhere. American missing in Mexico was killed by drug cartel member, official says. An American teacher whose baffling disappearance in Mexico last month set off a social media campaign to solicit information, was killed by drug cartel members, the Mexican authorities said Thursday. The teacher, Patrick Braxton Andrew, 34, went for a walk on October 28th in a remote town. I can't pronounce the name there, in Mexico. The authorities now say that Mr. Braxton Andrew was killed that day, okay, by Jose Norel Aran Gil, a member of the notorious Singala drug cartel, which is active in much of the country, according to Facebook post on the official page. Let's see, you know, that's an American citizen killed gone to Mexico, gone hiking, killed by drug cartels. Members of drug cartels killed right there, his body found. That's an American citizen. Now, I don't want to get all in the middle of what you believe is right and wrong, but this Khashoggi, okay, Saudi Arabia, in Istanbul, Turkey, I want to be clear with you. Khashoggi, he's an American resident. He was a resident here. He was not a citizen. Washington Post reporter, resident, okay? Just thought I'd bring up this teacher that nobody is discussing. And you know what? I know it's that time. It's all the time. But it's Thanksgiving, so I know I'll have to see all of your pictures and you'll slap them up. You remember when we had a choice? Let's put up number 50. You remember when the neighbors were inviting you over and you knew there was like only 2 times a year the neighbors invited you over, like they came back from vacation and they ran down to the photo place and they got the little slides of their vacation and they invited you over and they turned the lights on and you heard chick, 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 and they clicked through and you had to watch all the slides of the vacation and then the birthday party and everything. That is a modern day Facebook right there. We didn't want to see them then. We don't want to see them now. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So I know everybody's getting ready this week to post all their pictures. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's time for Instant Replay with Dave Garner. Ohio or Georgia, where are we at? Take us out of here.